Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's restaurant networking group, the greatest networking group in the industry. Today is October the 17th. I'm Howard Appel, the founder and publisher of today's restaurant, and we are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our business and to help any restaurant owner with any issues or problems they may have. So if you'd like to attend one of our meetings, or give us a question that you need answered, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. And if you'd like to see some of the previous meetings, you can see our YouTube page with approaching 500 videos. You can do that from our website, again, trnusa.com. And on the top of the page, you'll see a link for YouTube. And good morning, everybody. Want to welcome our newest member, Gary Kraeger. And we also have another member who didn't show up, but they became a member during the week, Mike Weber. He might show up and tell us about it. What do they want? What I want to tell you guys is that at the show in November, this group, both groups actually, the 9 o'clock and the 11 o'clock, are being represented on the floor by 18 of our members, which is a tremendous amount of space on the show floor. And that is a great testament to everybody here who's participating and this group. And that's why I said we're the greatest group in the industry. There are 18 booths. That's a lot when you have about 250 or 300 on the floor. By square footage, it's taking up a lot. So congratulations and thank you. So Gary, I want to introduce you and ask you to tell us who you are, what you do, where you're located, and how we can reach you.
Okay. My name's Gary Kraeger, just joined the group. So excited to be a part of this. Been working on my system for a while, have had restaurants using it for quite a while, but we basically install a system that helps restaurants and breweries bring in new customers and monitor them and keep them coming back. We monitor basically their social media, their website, their phone. We can answer questions. We can even, on the phone system, text back information. We do use AI quite a bit, but I don't hype it up quite as much as others do. I think it definitely plays a role in everything that's going forward. We do some great stuff with events too. We can basically take an event screenshot and turn that into your phone. And somebody calls up and says, "What event you got this weekend?" It can answer the question and send you a text on the events. So we do a lot of stuff. We do VIP clubs. That's how we usually get the people's information. And so I'll leave it at that. That's what we do. You can reach me at 315-335-3096. I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida, but sometimes in upstate New York as well. I have a house up here that I enjoy sometimes.
Okay, well, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're upstate over here.
I'm in Utica, New York right now. I actually won't be here next week. I'm flying back down to St. Pete next week because it's getting a bit cold here.
Things relative.
All right. Let's see. Let's start us off. Steve, why don't you start us off now that you're back from your European trek?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It's a fun place. And French people, contrary to what I thought before, were very pleasant. So
I didn't understand that.
My phone just did that.
AI is listening.
That's funny. That's funny.
That was.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I'm Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions, Palisades, New York. I'm in the commercial finance business, specializing in equipment loans. And I can do transactions $5,000 to $2 million plus, lots of different credit criteria, and I have lots of funding. My phone number is 845-362-6106. And just to add, I still have my Carpigiani 3-handle cappuccino, gelato machine available for sale nationwide at a very good price. Thank you.
Why don't you lease it out to Helen?
I think it's too expensive for me right now for the way I'm working.
Steve, why don't you send us a photo and the information on that? We can put it into the classifieds for you.
Speak to your husband.
Okay.
He has it.
Howard,
I think
Steve,
it's already in there.
information and a photo.
I have.
And appreciate it if you'd put it into the have Jim put it into the classifieds for him.
I think it's already in there.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Well-
you'll check.
Yeah. If it is, I'm sorry. I don't remember.
Okay,
But-
moving on.
Get it in for you.
Randy, good morning.
Oh, it would help if I was off of mute. Hey, Gary, welcome. I'm a former upstater from Rochester, New York, so I know Utica well. Hope you're a Bills fan, my friend. Randy Pumputis here with Heartland Payroll. We are a national payroll company endorsed by all the restaurant associations, NRA included. We handle everything, including applicant tracking, onboarding, payroll, HR, anything and everything for startup companies, mom and pop locations, multiple users, and franchises. I can be reached at 585-622-2993. And for the restaurant tours coming to the show, look for a special offer from Heartland and TRN. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Jose, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jose Molina. I'm with Direct Processing Network. We specialize in point of sale systems and merchant services for restaurants. We're located in Miami, Florida, but we service clients in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. This month, we're helping a coffee shop chain to open new locations in Orlando and Deerfield Beach. They're going to be having self-ordering kiosks. So this month, I'm looking for business owners and restaurant owners that want automation like that. So I can be reached at 855-955-6111 or directprocessingnetwork.com. Thank you.
You handle the self-ordering kiosks?
Yes. Yes, I do like the connection between the kitchen and the self-ordering kiosk, as well as the POS.
Very good. Thank
Good to
you.
speak to Howard. Thank you.
Okay, Jeff, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Jeff Wells. I'm with Plastridge Insurance. We're a 106-year-old privately held company based out of Delray Beach. We specialize in restaurant insurance, so we work with over 500 restaurants nationwide, mostly in the state of Florida, but we can insure in 37 states. So we can help you out with anything from the builder's risk policy, temporary liability, to the operating policies, So even if you have a client that thinks that they might be paying too much, I'd be happy to do a zero obligation policy review to make sure everything's in the right place. So if you have any questions or anything, you can reach me at my cell phone, which is 310-625-3390, or shoot me an email at jwells@plastridge.com. Go Dodgers.
Hey. Good. Helen, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Helen Gottesman. My husband and I started Delicious Spoonfuls, which is a nonprofit 501c3, where we create employment for people that have been marginalized by their intellectual and developmental disabilities, doing ice cream events. And unfortunately, they haven't been consistent. So now they, God willing, will be. And we have a lot of events scheduled for next month in the Fort Lauderdale area. So I'll let you guys know where and when. And we've been successful with creating jobs for 4 people. We do have additional training for a group of 5. And also my husband will be training some additional prospects over at the Goodwill in West Palm Beach. So it will be growing very soon, and we're looking forward to working with any and all of you that understand we are not a huge company yet, and we have been doing intermittent events. So if you're interested, please call me 561-676-2078 or check out our website, which is in the process of being changed over at deliciousspoonfuls.org. And it's Helen at deliciousspoonfuls.org.
Do you
Thank you.
work with event planners?
I have some that are working with us right now, but if you have ideas, I'm always willing to listen to ideas.
Well, that's an area I think you should be
Yes,
concentrating on.
yes.
All
The
right.
ones who tried working with us in the past were like, wanted to charge us more than we were going to make for the event. So that was not a good idea. So we're got some other things in the works, and I'll be able to tell you as soon as I have the information, which is probably later this afternoon.
Okay, very good. Terry Ock, good morning.
Good morning. I am your go-to promotional products person, anything that you want to put your company logo on. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. Started my own company in 2018, and I have the ability to help companies get set up on an e-commerce program at very little cost. So any company, Howard, is it possible that I could grab the screen for just a minute?
Go ahead.
Any company that wants to set up something where they can where they want to have products, especially for like a franchise restaurant, you want to have products that you can put in your company store where each of your franchisees want to select. Just as an example, you can set it up where you have it can go to individual franchisees. They have their own products. As you can see, that you can actually pick your own products, and they can actually put their own name in the products. I think I've shown a couple of these to you all in the past, but this is very minimal cost for anyone that wants to do intranet. Hope that was seen by everybody.
Any minimums on that?
For those kind of stores, no. You can order one. And you can have a minimum of 3 products. So if you're doing
Terry, when you see her later.
You can do any type of products. For restaurants, you can pick several different things that will maybe your customers will want to take as a to help you build your brand. All kinds of different things. I hope to have the opportunity to show the group more in depth.
Okay, you want to give us your phone number?
561-308-1393. And sorry, I was at a trade show yesterday. I'm still a little discombobulated.
Okay, good. Thank you. John Marinak, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinak, Marinak Food Service Consultants. We design restaurants and consult to restaurants. If you have a restaurant that needs to be designed, we're the people to call. We can get things usually done pretty quick, bang it out, and get you going. Give us a call, 954-817-1183.
Okay, Fred, good morning.
Sorry, I was trying to recharge my mouse. It was taking a little time. I was also in New York yesterday, by the way, when it turned cold, so I'm glad to be back in Miami. I am Fred Bean, founder and CEO of Hotelport. We provide digital guest engagement solutions and content verification services for hotels, restaurants, and spas. I have also, as of last week, taken over as chairman of the Hospitality and Tourism Council for the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce. So if there is any way that the chamber can help provide support or anything for local restaurants or local businesses, please let me know. I am looking for speakers for our next council meeting, which is November 18th or 19th. I'll have to confirm that. But what I'd like to do as a part of sort of revamping what we're doing there is make sure that we're leveraging the chamber to provide benefit or opportunities for local businesses to engage and understand how hospitality and tourism is, the lifeblood of South Florida in general, but Miami Beach in particular. So please feel free to reach out if there are any topics or feedback or information that you need. I can be reached at 305-523-9434 or www.hotelport.co, and I will put my LinkedIn in the chat. Please do connect, and let's see how we can work together.
Okay, thank you. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. And yeah, happy Friday. It's been a big week. I'm Matt Freed with EHS Recruiting. We've been helping restaurants grow for over 30 years. We hire your managers, your chefs. We're very personable. As we do use AI for our searching, we will never send an unvetted candidate. And if any restaurant out there has any, chances are the candidate is already in our database. I'm the trainer here, so I'm also available for consulting with any of the restaurant groups out there that want to get a handle on how recruiters are working. I'd be happy to share transparent about our process. We'll be at booth 247. I'll be sharing with Terry Ark, and we are also all set. We're all set and ready to go. 941-993-7610 and mfreed@ehsrecruitingcompany.com or www.ehsrecruiting.com. Gary, I went to college in Buffalo, lived there for 10 years while I drove back and forth where my parents were still on Long Island, so I'd pass through Utica a lot. And Randy, yes, Bills fan.
Hey, Matthew, I have a question. This came up in the earlier meeting. With a lot of the reports that we're getting now about small to medium-sized chains, as well as large chains that are going bankrupt and closing up, are you finding that your pool of available labor is growing, and do you have spots for them?
Earlier on this year, I spoke about how it was all the VPs, and I'm sure that those VPs are the same VPs for these restaurants that are closing. We are, and we're getting like, let's look at Denny's and Cracker Barrel, right? In Florida right now, IHOP has this program they're working with us where they just want general managers from those two concepts. So we are targeting those two companies. They should ask us to sign a contract, but then we couldn't target them, but they don't. So we're targeting their general managers and bringing them over because IHOP is just continuing to just rebuild themselves. If anybody has noticed around the state, many of the IHOPs are rebuilt, redone, and taken on the competition of all the breakfast chains that kind of opened up in the past 10 years. So a lot of that is happening, Howard, to answer that. We'll find, you're seeing them out there. Are they good? Well, that's the question. There's a reason your restaurant didn't make it, and some of it has to do with the managers that were managing them. It takes a lot. We see that. I can go on for a long time about this. We see the rise of AI pushing recruiters out of the way. Are they getting the rock stars? Are they getting the people that really fit their culture? As we all know in the restaurant industry, you need a rock star manager to get a rock star bartender to attract customers. And that's really how it starts. When you lose your personal connection with the recruiters, that's where you lose. So, you're seeing companies like a Landry's, that used us a lot are now switching to a lot of AI. You're going to notice in a couple of years that all their managers, all their restaurants seem to have lost a lot of culture.
Yeah.
Truth.
These small to medium sized chains that are closing are going to leave a lot of area for growth from other people coming in.
Well, yeah, we see a lot of, there's a lot of franchise groups, you know, and we see, we see closing down. It'll usually be a franchise that owns a couple of Red Lobsters, you know, they're closing theirs, you know, because you're seeing Red Lobster still doing well in some areas, you know, so it's interesting because, you know, I'm not going to go after Red Lobster. I'm going to go after an investment group that has 3 Red Lobsters, 14 Popeyes, 5 Burger Kings, you know, and that's so there. A lot of them are owned by, you know, giant corporations. I bet you know, Kevin could talk about that.
Yeah. John, you find that there's more activity now than there was earlier in the year? Marinek.
Audio. Things are slowing down, and in the industry general right now.
That sort of count. Well, yeah, that makes sense because if they're going out,
over the year,
they have to readjust.
Yeah, but the managers and stuff they're all going to different places and they're getting different jobs in different industries. So.
Yeah.
Remember, this happened to this industry, you know, just 5 years ago.
COVID.
All the
Yeah,
managers
COVID.
out of work.
Yeah. Was it like 1 million people left the industry or some crazy number?
Think about a manager of Panera, what they're making. They leave Panera, get a job at Amazon driving a truck. Within 3 years of making the same kind of money, and they've been spending time with their family and off on holidays. Yeah. The one thing I will say is that the people who are still around are the passionate managers, the passionate people. So as we lose, you know, we also switch. Think about how many people are door dashing and how many times a week are you doing that? You know, you can't pay for that real estate. You know, when you think about the housing crash in 2008, that was the rise of the fast casual. You know, we stopped having lunches at Applebee's. You know, we started going to Chipotle. You know, it was a whole kind of change in how we operated. Now we still don't go out. You know, going out is getting more expensive, but we can still, heck, I'll order some burgers in from out back instead of driving out there and spending $20 on a beer. You know, I'll crack one open at home and watch the ball game.
Well, I just saw somebody recently mention that a blind spot that the industry previously had was grocery stores. You know, more people are going to Publix to get their meals each night as opposed to either ordering out or going for a sit-down meal, which is interesting.
Yeah,
and they're not a cheap date.
My bank
Publix has become expensive.
They're restricting lending to restaurants, and either restricting or tightening up. And you know, we feel it in our business as well.
Well, let's get this tied up. How about you, John Bunn?
Great lead in there, Howard. My name is John Bunn with the Bunn Company, and it's exactly what we do. We tie things up. Been doing it for over 100 years. We can secure delivery foods. We can secure anything you want, even bad employees. You can tie them up. Doesn't hurt them. We don't recommend it, but you know what? It'll tie anything. So give us a shout, 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. Our website is buntyco.com, stands for Bunn Tying Company. And our email is info@buntyco.com. And hope everybody can come to the show. We're in booth 244. Looking forward to seeing everyone again from the group that are going to go, and looking forward to all the customers.
Want to publicly thank John for his help in herding all you cats for this show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I see the three amigos are here. You gonna go first, Mulholland?
Yeah, are you ready for today's trivia?
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken years ago had this revolving bucket. You remember the bucket of chicken?
Yeah.
Revolve around?
Yep.
Whose idea was it? And I will give you a hint. His name is probably one of the top 10 names that would pop up when it comes to the fast food industry.
Ray Kroc.
Nope.
Dave Thomas?
Boom! We have a winner. Dave Thomas worked at KFC
That
before he.
popped in my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Dave Thomas, that was his idea to turn the bucket.
Right.
Yeah, get a bucket of chicken. Who did that song? That what do you call it? Jingle. Get a bucket of chicken.
Dolly Parton.
Barry Manilow. Mhm.
Did he really?
Yeah, I just said that.
Yep.
I was
Yeah, Barry Manilow did that.
Wow. The
Okay,
TRNers were hitting home runs out of the park today.
I gotta hire Manilow to do a logo, to do a jingle for us.
It was either him or Charlie Sheen.
That's a great idea.
Men.
Charlie Sheen. Wasn't it?
You know what? Last week, I actually met a guy who does jingles for commercials. If anybody wants to talk to him, I can connect you.
I've got bells. We can do our own jingles, but thank you.
Hey, Kevin and Chris, you want to add anything to that?
Chris wants out of the.
So we are.
Is that obvious,
supply chain
right?
Partners. We function as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients, typically saving them between 8 and 15% on whatever they're currently spending on purchases from broadline distributors and other suppliers. We can help with food, beverage, consumables, linen, trash removal, energy bills, pretty much anything except labor costs. We work typically on a contingency basis, meaning we get paid based on savings that we find for a client. If we don't find any savings, we're working for free. We have a great referral program. Anybody that gets referred to us participates in a program we put in place for the excuse me, life of the contract we put in place with a distributor. So typical 3-year deal, you would be getting residual referral money for 3 years. Again, strategic supply chain partners, you can reach me at 985-778-1515. Howard posts all the contact information on a spreadsheet at the end of the meeting. Kevin, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I do. Just for a quick example. So we're doing a analytics for a group we just brought on. They have a number of locations. The bulk of their restaurants are in New York on Long Island, and then they have a few in New Orleans. And this morning we started really reviewing. I'll just give you a couple examples of what kind of savings is available. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but they have 1,800 SKUs that they buy through their distribution company partners, which is about 4 times bigger than most of our clients. Pork ribs, St. Louis style. They're paying $3.50 a pound. They should be somewhere around $3.20 a pound, in that range. They buy 34,734 pounds a year. That savings is $10,420. They buy mayonnaise, 872 4-gallon cases a year. They are paying $80 average a case. They should be at $39 a case. That's $34,027.50. They buy 1,700 cases of gloves, the vinyl gloves, the nitrile gloves, the latex gloves. They're paying about $10 a case over what we could get those products for them. That's $17,000 a year. That's just 3 of 1,800 items that they have on their purchasing SKUs. And we're just starting with them. So I'm going to say that by the time we're done looking at all that, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of money that we're going to save them. And, we're looking at the contingency side of it because, these are folks that have admitted to us that they really don't have a really clear understanding of purchasing, and we're there to help them. And obviously we help them and be successful. They can continue to grow.
Those are some big savings there. We're better than Geico.
That was just 4 items.
You said better than Geico?
Better than Geico, yeah.
Yeah. John, we're going to save these guys we're going to save about 80,000, 100,000 a month.
Wow.
And that's the norm.
A month.
Everybody thinks it's too good to be true, though.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Always.
$1 million a year buying the
Yep.
same food.
Yep.
Amazing.
No, it's rather, it's rude. Every time I look at it, I'm like, how did, and then, they all the vendor partners are saying, we're not making any money. We're not making any money.
I say it every week. Every restaurant in the business should be talking to you.
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, when you think of it the way we talk about it, we provide enough savings for a company that size to buy 2 entire equipment packages for a new restaurant every year.
That's crazy. What are the there are no negatives, but could it be out of laziness, possibly not wanting to dig up records and not wanting to leave their current suppliers because they're vendors, because they're getting kickbacks on trips or, gifts?
There's some of that.
How about all of the above?
Yeah.
They love the fact that they get perks. Like in New Orleans, I had a client, it was a consulting client years ago, and they loved the fact that they got to ride in one of the big Mardi Gras parades on the Louisiana Restaurant Association float. They loved the fact they could go down to Grand Isle and stay in a camp and go fishing at this company's camp. And they got tickets to Saints games and Pelicans games and all kinds of things. But what they don't understand is
they paid for it.
That money could be going into your P&L. Instead, you're using it to have fun and drink and party. And they don't understand that. This is a very relationship-driven business, and a lot of people have been with their same distributor for 20, 30 years, and they're terrified to make a change. And when you show them that this same client, we showed them, I was actually doing consulting work for them and then switched over to work for Strategic because I love the model so much. They saved us $900,000 a year, and the owner finally was like, my distributor has stuck it to me for $2.4 million, and I thought they were doing a great job.
Yeah.
You have that, and you have people who have convinced themselves that what we call spreadsheet buying, which means you spend all your time every week shopping for every single little widget at the best price, is A, good use of your time, and B, you're actually going to get a great price. And reality is you don't, because you're not committing your business to anybody, so they're not committing anything to you either. So you're getting the lowest price in the highest price range you're going to shop in, which means absolutely nothing. On an organized program with control over the delivery fee, control over the marketing money that is available to you that most of the time you don't even know and you're not getting into your bank account. It's a world of difference, but people have to be willing to be open-minded, challenge their own thinking, and look at a different way of doing business. But it's a challenge.
Shouldn't be. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you're right.
You find that the younger executives are more open to what you're thinking than some of the other people who are set in their ways.
It depends. I mean, we've run into some young guys that were convinced they had the absolute best model in the world, and especially the ones that set up their own commissary and own their own trucks and have their own trucks, and they don't understand the cost of having a fleet and maintaining a fleet. And instead of, offloading that to a distributor, they just don't understand that kind of stuff. There's so much cost in these business models that people have wrapped their heads around that frankly don't make a whole lot of sense. But I wouldn't say there's a whole lot more, to your point, Howard, with age difference. It's more of, are you into business because you want to be successful as a business person and you think like a business person? Or are you in it because you like the creative side and the fun side? The creative fun people generally don't wrap their heads around business principles very well. This company that Kevin was talking about, the guy worked for me 20 years ago. He's a classically trained chef. He's a very talented guy. He's super creative. but he's more driven by organizational culture and learning how to run his business financially sound. So that's the kind of customer we love working with.
Right. Okay, all you folks out there.
Chris, can you talk about the minimum size of a business you usually deal with for anybody else?
So there's a size that gets too small. I would
Wouldn't be for
say,
me,
you know,
but for anybody else.
single location, doing 300,000 or 400,000 a year in purchases. We can plug them into, there's a couple of GPOs out there that specialize in small businesses like that. I just plugged a consulting client of mine into one. They're going to save 25% just because they didn't know that this GPO was even out there. So, but generally, I think we like, Kevin helped me out here. We like at least, maybe a couple of million in purchases where, there's enough, meat on the bone for us to go get some savings and make a few bucks off of it. If they're too small, it's a lot of work for not a lot of pay for us. And the only difference between $1 million and 10 million is how many zeros are behind all the numbers and how much we get paid, but the work's the same either way. So there's a size that makes sense. But we can help small people. Like I said, there are GPOs we can help plug them into. And that's not hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
We like it.
I was just going to ask Kevin something and he took off.
He said,
Good. Terry, TRN Terry.
I have a meeting too. All right, everyone. Great job. Welcome, Gary. Happy to have you. We have several members missing that are on vacation that texted us that said they had this, they had that. They're normally here. So there usually is more faces on the board. We do have our wonderful group that I'm telling you, second to none on this vendor group for the industry. And what I do and my team does is provide leads, monthly lead reports. Email me, Terry, Terri at trnusa.com. I'll send you a sample. It has owners' names, phone numbers, email addresses, what the name of the establishment is, where they're at in their phase. Are they ground up build? Are they leasing? Are they just coming into the state? I got one today that was in the, let's see, how would you even call this? It's the planning stages for this massive 3-story place that's going to be built on the water, and it's going to be completed in 2027. I got that from a lead that someone sent me over, and I was thrilled to get it because they're going to need everything in the world, super high end. So that will be on the report as well. They come out in the first week of the month. Excel spreadsheet. You can sort them any way you.
What city are they in?
Pardon?
What city is that one in?
You got to be on the list to get it. No, Helen, I'll text you after.
Okay, I was just curious.
It's in northern Florida. That I'll tell.
Okay.
Beautiful. I mean, really nice. Anyways, so that's what I do, and that's all. See everybody at the show. Super happy. It's almost here. Got to go find those leads. Terry, I'll see you later.
Okay, so Gary, now that you've seen what we do, you want to add anything or?
Yeah, just wanted to add the Bills fans. Yes, I'm a Bills fan. That's really all I had to add at this point. Just learning what you guys do, and I'll reach out to a few of you to try to get some more information. I won't be here next week. I'm going back to Florida next week, so but I'll be here after that every week.
Depending upon what Fred sent me, I think we're going to shoot for next week, Fred, for the combined meeting. That's all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so next week the meeting will be at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Everybody that's here, of course, I'll send it out by mail. So, and it's going to be, the topic is going to be AI and what the hell is it? and how you can use it. It's pretty amazing. I'm going to give people a hint. This week, I spoke to somebody, I forget who it was, and he told me that he was teaching AI. I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, I looked up my company." And, you can't ask a question. So I did it. I said, "What is today's restaurant news?" And bingo, I got a full page report on today's restaurant news. A lot of the things weren't right. So I wrote back and I said, "Listen, I heard that today's restaurant news is not only Florida based, they're now national based." Boom, they changed the whole thing around. And it was not only ChatGPT, but it was also on Copilot without me even doing that on Copilot. So what I'm telling you is if you're looking to get higher in the, when somebody searches you on the search engine, people are searching on AI now. So when they search, your information will be there. So you have to teach that AI about your company.
Right.
That was a really interesting thing that I learned this week.
Howard, are we having a combined meeting next week because it's at 10 o'clock?
That's what I said.
Combined?
Yes.
Okay, because you didn't mention that in the first group.
I didn't know about it until I saw
Oh, okay. All right, great. Thank you.
So try it. Go on ChatGPT or go on Copilot and put your company in with a question and see what comes up.
Well, Howard, one of the things that we can talk about next week is what we really need to be preparing for is a post-website future, meaning because what you're going to see with the apps that are being plugged into ChatGPT and the other AI modules or platforms is that eventually a lot of these digital concierge are going to be making booking, buying transactions directly from them. So customers may stop eventually going to your own website. So we'll have to understand how AI works, how to feed the information so that it's accurate, and then, of course, the eventual preparation for the evolution of how we interact or engage with the technology. So there's a lot of interesting things that we can talk about and also get feedback because based on what you guys are seeing and what you're doing also will help determine where AI goes in the future.
Hey, Fred.
Things are changing so quickly. By the time next week comes along, could be a whole different theory.
That's true.
We were talking with our web developers and we were trying to find out how we're being seen and how we're not coming up. We want to come up in more searches. And we compared ourselves to Gecko Recruiting, huge nationwide top. They have like 3,200 pages on their website, of which only 4 or 5 of them you can see. So they catch all of their SEO. Each web page is an SEO, like recruiting San Francisco doctors.
Right.
So when someone's searching for that, they come up every conceivable thought. And now we're using AI to come up with the pages that we need to put in ours. And we're now paying someone to code all those pages at this point. So it's wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
Constantly updating.
It's interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing Fred and his partner speak next week.
It'll be fun.
All right. So anybody have anything else they want to say?
Yeah, I'd like to add something real quick. This week I was able to use my trade skills to trade out for a Bobcat front loader, $36,000.
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. I've done trades like this in the past. You guys, most if not all of you, have the capability to trade. If you ever have any questions, I'm not charging you a penny for it. Just pick up the phone and call me, and I can show you how to maximize your buying effort through trade.
Wow. Wow. 36,000.
I traded out a Wave Runner one time, Wave Runner, and they threw in the trailer, the raft, and the lift. So that's probably $8,000.
Two-seater?
John will have
yeah.
to trade stories. I got some beauties on trade. Anyway, talk to you guys next week, 10 o'clock next week. See you then. Have a great week. and let the sauce be with you.